Am I being detained? Because I've got to go home. Are you detaining me? Are you detaining me? Is this a lawful stop? Are you detaining me? Is that hard to understand?
Pulled over by someone who's not even a cop? What's going on? That's what we're about to find out on Hammer's Law. I'm attorney Darryl Isaacs, the Hammer, and today we're watching a video called August 4, 2021. Murphy, North Carolina, probation officer pulls me over for speeding from YouTuber WB. Let's check it out.
So I'm on the side of the highway about 300 yards from Georgia. This guy right here was in the left lane going about 40 miles an hour, and I'm trying to go around him. He pulls his badge out, points me to get over in this lane. He's been 5 miles in the left lane and will not get over. And he jumps out, says, "I'm a police officer, give me your license." He shows me a badge that says he's a probation officer. And I called 911, and now they're sending a North Carolina state trooper out to the scene.
So he's filming.
So he's going to start filming us now because he's got all butt hurt.
So, this already is starting to get interesting.
Sir, you can film me all day long. If you're a police officer, you should have a body camera because you're not a police officer. It says right there you're a probation officer. I'm not on probation. I've never been in trouble for anything.
In the state of Alabama,
Tell my camera again how you're a police officer.
well, you asked my question. I've answered yours. Now, let me ask you a question. In the state of Alabama, what are your probation officers considered to be?
I have no idea. We're not in Alabama.
Do you live in Alabama? Because your tag says you're in
I guess when a police officer gets here, we'll determine a whole bunch of stuff.
Okay.
How often do you pull someone over?
How often? I pull people over.
How often do you drive in the left lane for 5 miles going 48 miles an hour? So how fast were you going?
I was doing 55.
And what happened?
You come flying up on
No,
the back
when I
end.
passed you, I was going 48 miles an hour. But if your car here, that's not a police car, had the radar in it, you would know how fast I was going.
Yes, sir. And I'm able to do speed estimations.
I'm sure you will be. I guess when your real police officer gets here, I'm sure I'm going to get some tickets.
All right. Well, you just stay tight. Just hang tight, okay?
What's your name? Would you like to identify yourself?
Have you going to give me your driver's license?
You're not a police officer.
Okay, then you just said tight.
So you're refusing to identify. You're refusing to identify yourself.
Wow. This just looks like it's a collision course with disaster.
You're refusing to identify yourself, even though you pulled me over.
So, as I sit here and think from the legal standpoint, I am bothered that somebody that's not an officer can just pull someone over. You're going to hear citizen's arrest, but just off the top, it does seem like we may have an abuse of power situation here.
No, this guy knows he's messed up, but his buddy here will bail him out with a whole bunch of tickets.
Now I imagine for the probation officer, it's got to feel like an eternity because he's waiting for backup.
Am I being detained? Because I've got to go home. Are you detaining me? Are you detaining me? Is this a lawful stop? Are you detaining me? Is that hard to understand?
I mean, this is almost like a comedy hour.
Because you know this is not legal, and you know this. Will you answer my question? Am I being detained? Because you know the law on that.
Does he know the law on that?
Hey, I'm going to leave now because you won't tell me if I'm being detained or not.
Well, evidently you are being detained.
Am I being detained? Say it. Sir, am I being detained? Will you say those words?
So, common sense, he is being detained. Whether it's legal or not's another matter.
Am I free to leave? Am I being detained? Why won't you say those words? You know, you're well versed in the law. You are a law officer. You told me that. I want to go home.
He wants to go home.
Sir, you know you pulled me over 15 minutes now. Can you call your supervisor? I don't see you making a move to call your supervisor. Sir, I may leave here with a couple of tickets, but you're going to leave with a bunch. Hey, you see that? If you're out here patrolling the highways.
So there was a car that appeared to be speeding past him. I think this guy's just got a vendetta.
One person at a time that I can deal with, sir.
How fast was that car? You're an expert on speed. Sir, I'm asking you again. Will you call your supervisor?
So what I would do, forget being a lawyer, if I was in that situation, I was being pulled over by someone that I didn't think was a cop, I would call the police instead of waiting for the other people to call the police.
I'm so nervous. I'm shaking so bad right now. Sir, will you call your supervisor? So how long am I being detained? A Terry stop is 15 minutes or less. I don't have to go to college to get a law degree to know the law. 15 minutes, Supreme Court ruling, Terry versus the state of Ohio.
Well, the guy knows his case law.
Just calm down. One, if you'd relaxed and had a conversation with me here, we'd probably be both going about our ways doing our jobs. You going home and me going to do my job. You understand what I'm trying to tell you?
I understand what you're trying to say.
The only thing I was doing was stopping you, getting you pulled over, so one, you calm down and quit endangering other people's lives.
I wasn't endangering nobody's
Yes,
lives.
sir. Yes, sir.
We're in more danger when you got me pulled over right here than we were out here going up and down this highway.
Possibility of truth.
So I'll tell you what I'll do.
Dog,
Since we're talking and being calm, will you answer one question for me, and I won't say another word to the state trooper. Am I being detained?
You have been stopped until I can get a trooper here to have a talk with you, because you cannot talk to me.
Why is that not a yes or no question?
Well, because I've done answered that question. You asked me, are you being detained? I've said, you are been stopped.
But you won't say, am I free to leave then? Since you
I've
won't answer that
already
one.
answered that question.
So you won't say if I'm being detained
I've
or not?
already answered that question, sir.
No, you hadn't, and you know
Yes,
it.
sir, I have. You're not listening to me. You're too agitated.
So this probation officer appears to be fairly calm, but I clearly think he's abusing his power.
Oh, I am agitated, but because a probation officer pulled me over for going 48 miles an hour because he was in the left lane for the last 5 miles and wouldn't get over.
You sit tight here, and we'll get to the bottom of it.
Here he is, good. No, this guy's about to go YouTube famous because he ain't got the authority to pull us over. Now here's another car.
All right, just dragging on and dragging on and dragging on. We're going to watch this guy finish his drink before it gets done.
Yes, sir.
How are you?
I'm good.
Good, good. Hey, look, I don't really fully understand what
Me either.
we're doing right here. Okay, so he just felt like you were aggressively coming up on him. He's a probation officer. Okay, so I'm not gonna write you for anything. I'm not doing anything like that. Okay, you got your insurance here.
Well, right away, you got a really good police officer. He saw through this.
I'm wound
Your
up, and
license are good. I
you're
understand.
unwinding me. I appreciate
understand.
that.
Okay, so where you headed to? You headed back home?
Home to Alabama.
Okay. All right. So look, one of those things. Okay. You may have come up on him a little quick. He may have, it's one of them things. Okay. So as long as, I mean, like I said,
I'm good. I'm good now. I'm calming way down.
I don't have anything to write you for. I don't have anything like that. I'm not going to do anything. Even if I'm not. It's not my stop. He just feels, he just felt like you come up on him a little hard. You might have been a little aggressive. So if that is the case, let's just back it down a little bit. You're nearly to Georgia anyway. So,
that's why I say I can see it.
what
I
I'm saying?
appreciate it.
So, all right. I mean, what do you do for a living?
Oh, we own a restaurant.
Restaurant, I got you. Okay. All right, sir. Well, I'm gonna let you carry on the way. Okay.
All right. Well, I appreciate it.
All right, sir.
Thank you.
All right.
I apologize to him if he'll walk up here.
Well.
No, I'm sorry you had to come out here and deal with this
take care of it.
stupidity.
I mean, he's wound up. I was wound up.
Yeah.
When he pulled up, he got up in my thing, and I'm like, I don't know if this guy's a police officer.
Okay.
All right.
Understandable.
All right. Thank you.
Be careful now.
So now that it's over, what did we learn here? We learned that a probation officer could exceed his authority. We learned that a driver was upset that it wasn't being pulled over by an officer. But at the end of the day, maybe if you talk less and listen more, this could have been avoided. I'm Darryl Isaacs, the Hammer. I'll see you on the next episode of Hammer's Law.